up, everyone? We're here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where you, the fans, get to pick what dinosaurs are showcased. So let's go ahead and check out what awesome picks all of you had for this week's episode. So the first suggestion we have here is from Rodrigo Juarez 67, and here is the Epic Evolution Mosasaurus, which is pretty cool. It is very similar to the Ocean Protector Mosasaurus that was released before it, but it is still a really cool figure, as you can see, and it's in a nice hefty box. When we look at the back, you get a good look at the Mosasaurus and everything that it's about, and really how big this thing is. 28 inches long. These Mosasaurus toys that Mattel have released are absolutely massive and super cool to have in the collection, and I have a bunch of different versions of these, but this is the latest Mosasaurus that was released. Also here we have the Jurassic World Dino Trackers Gigantic Trackers Elasmosaurus, and this is such a sweet figure. As y'all can see, it's got capture gear, which is really cool, and some cool features like its head going back and forth, up and down, and side to side, which is super cool. This is one of the cooler Dino Tracker toys that was released, and when we look at the back, you can see up and down attack, side to side chomping action, and tracking gear included. This is such a sweet figure to have. Next, we have a suggestion from Luca17 Dino, and this is the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Grab and Growl Indoraptor, which is super cool. It's a sick figure. I'm actually not sure if the sounds and stuff still work on mine, but we're gonna check. Oh, it looks like they're about going dead, guys, but look how the eyes light up and everything, which is really cool. Unfortunately, the Mattel batteries don't last very long in these electronic toys, but as you can see, he can grab, chomp, and thrash. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at that Indoraptor and its grab, chomp, and thrash, push buttons for grabbing, chomping, lights, and sounds, which is really cool. This may still be the coolest Indoraptor toy that Mattel has made, so I'm super happy to have this one in the collection. Now we have a suggestion from Not the Pug, and this is the Jurassic Park 3 Posable Dinosaur Spinosaurus toy, which is super cool and a pretty rare figure. This one is really unique because the entire toy is soft, as y'all can see, which is really cool and makes this one just different than most of the toys you would normally get, and the sculpt is just different from any other Spinosauruses we got, so it makes it really cool. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at the Spinosaurus, and you actually get two Spinosauruses on the back. I really love that box art. I think it is really sweet, but again, this is such a cool figure and such a unique one, and since it's vintage, it makes it that much more awesome, and it's pretty hard to find being an over 20-year-old toy. So with that being said, I am super happy to have it. So the next request here is from Adam Dino Adventures, and we have the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Savage Strike Velociraptor Blue, which is a pretty cool figure with some pretty cool features. If you click the back, see his arms do some thrashing action, which is pretty cool. And then looking at the back of the box, we get another good look at Velociraptor Blue and its thrashing action, and it actually comes with a collector card, like all the different Dino Rivals toys do. So that does make this one pretty unique and pretty cool, but other than that, there's nothing too special about the sculpt or anything. And we've got many Velociraptor Blue toys, but this one is still pretty cool and fun to have in my collection. Also, we've got the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Snap Squad Velociraptor Blue, and this one is metallic and shiny, which is really cool. And for any of you that don't know much about these Snap Squads, what they do is they actually chomp and they can hang on anything. Look at that. So it could just hang off my finger. You could hang these Snap Squads off anything, which is super cool and makes them really fun to have in your collection. The next request here is from Shadow_Raptor18, and this is the Jurassic World Battle Damage Primal Attack Gasosaurus, and a lot of people consider this one of the rarest Jurassic World toys of all time, so I'm super happy to have it in my collection. And it is a unique figure since this sculpt is unique and never got a repaint of any sort, so this is the only Jurassic World Gasosaurus out there, so that is really cool about it. Then when we look at the back, you see the Gasosaurus and how to activate its battle damage, so let's check that out. Pretty cool, nothing too crazy there, but this is a very rare figure and one that I had a lot of trouble tracking down and getting into my collection, so I am super happy to have it. Now, this next request is from Goji14, and this is the Jurassic Park 3 React Attack animatronic Spinosaurus, and this is one of my absolute favorite toys in my collection and one of my favorites from my childhood. Not only does it got that real feel rubber skin, as y'all can see, it's got really cool animatronic features, which I would showcase, but since this one is new in box, those features are not available. But when we look at the back, we get another cool look at our React Attack animatronic Spinosaurus here, and it attacking the T-Rex, which is super cool. This is also a pretty rare toy that's over 20 years old, and the one that I have here is in really good condition, so this is definitely one of the prized possessions of my collection. This next request is from AquaShark2334, and this is the Jurassic Park 3 Electronic React Attack Spinosaurus Aqua Attack, and this is another really special one from my childhood that's got a really cool sculpt and a really cool paint job. And check this out, guys, the sounds still work. That is just so sweet. And then when we look at the back, for some reason, it shows a different Spinosaurus. I'm not quite sure why. It is interesting, but when we look at the front, we see the real Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus Aqua Attack is what it is. This one is super sweet and something I'm so happy that I have in my collection. This next request is from Dino Benjamin 1206, and we've got the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Action Attack Sucus, and this is a really cool figure with some awesome features. As you can see, when you press here, you get some awesome chomping action, which is super cool, and I just love the sculpt of this figure and the colors and the paint job. I think it just looks really nice and complements it well. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another look at our Sucus and its massive chomping action, which is super cool. This is a really fun figure from the original Fallen Kingdom line by Mattel. This is when Mattel first started making the Jurassic toys, and when they were putting figures out like this, we all knew that we were having our toy line in safe hands. This next request here is from the Stower Family 2636 and the WAF Five Nights at Freddy's Owl Club, and this is the Jurassic Park Series 2 Electronic Utah Raptor Ripper, and this is such a cool figure, guys. Look at this thing. It's got the awesome Kenner real feel skin, as y'all can see, and it's just got a really awesome sculpt. And then when we look at the back of the box, look at that look we get at our electronic Utah Raptor Ripper. Hold dinosaur at base of tail as shown, press underneath to make back legs raise as it roars to reset lower left leg back to starting position. This is so sweet and such an awesome figure. All of you know that I am a huge Kenner Jurassic Park fan, so figures like this just really hit my soft spot and just mean a lot to me. This next request here is from DDD Productions-YH4BK, and this is the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Thrash and Throw Tyrannosaurus Rex, and this is the first big scale T-Rex that we got from Mattel with the mainline toys. So this one is pretty iconic. You can kind of get its tail going here to make him do all kinds of different chomping and some different actions. Unfortunately, the sounds aren't working on this anymore because, like I was saying earlier, Mattel never put the best batteries in these things, but the figures at least look really awesome. And then when we look at the back of the box, move tail for thrashing and throwing, roars, bites, and stomps. This is a super cool figure and one of the better T-Rexes that Mattel has put out, in my opinion, now that they've put out so many different versions. Also, we got the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Ceratosaurus Clash set, which is also really, really cool. Comes with the Ceratosaurus, comes with Blue. I think that is Charlie that it comes with. I'm not 100% sure, but it is looking really awesome. And then on the back, we get a look at the 3 different figures. And this set was interesting because it never really showed up at mainline stores. It was mostly showed up at discount stores. That's the only place that I ever saw it, but I am happy to have it in my collection regardless. This next request here is from Jawa Lombard, and this is the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Roarivores Allosaurus, which is really, really cool. I love this figure so much, if I'm being completely honest. This was one of the ones that I was most excited by when I first started collecting the Mattel toys, so I really, really like this one, and I was happy to pick it. When we look at the back, you get another look at the Allosaurus, and you can push button for sounds and chomping action, and luckily the sounds still work on this one. This is such a cool figure and one that I've always been super happy to own. The next request we have here is from Fazbear_edits, and this is the Jurassic Park 3 Electronic React Attack Brachiosaurus, and this was the first full-scale Brachiosaurus toy that wasn't a hatchling that was made in any of the Jurassic Park toy lines. Of course, that got crushed when Mattel came around and started making the giant sauropods, but this thing is still really cool. It's got a pretty cool sculpt and a bendy neck and a pretty cool blue paint job, as you can see. And then when we look at the back of the box, it's another one of those funny situations where the Brachiosaurus isn't even on there. I don't know why Hasbro did that back in 2001, but it is kind of interesting. But of course, at least we get to see our awesome Brachiosaurus right here in the front. Also, we have the Lost World Jurassic Park Spinosaurus codename Slice here, which is really, really interesting because this Spinosaurus toy was released before Jurassic Park 3, so before the Spinosaurus was in the franchise, and so the Spinosaurus design here looks vastly different than what it looked like in JP3. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get another cool look at our Spinosaurus Slice and some action figures along with it in a pretty cool scene. This is a really unique figure and one that I really like just because it is so different from all the other Spinosauruses that we have. And the next request that we have here is from DJ Harrington 888, and this is the Jurassic Park Series 1 Electronic Tyrannosaurus Rex, or the Red Rex as many people know it. And this is one of the most iconic Jurassic Park or just Jurassic toys in general. It's got that awesome real feel skin, as all of you can see, and it's got some awesome play features. So when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Tyrannosaurus Rex and some cool scenery, and then we see some of the features like squeeze sides to open mouth and hear a roar, hear a stomping sound as his feet hit the ground, which that really should say as her feet hit the ground since Rexy is a female. But this figure is just absolutely beautiful and so iconic, and something that any big Jurassic Park or Jurassic World fan should have in their collection. So the next request here is from Bob the Mushroom 17, and this is the Jurassic World Primal Attack, Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, and this is a super cool figure, as all of you can see, with some awesome features. So as you can see, we've got some like slashing action here, and then of course back here we can get that mouth going where it can swallow figures, and the light up. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Indominus Rex and its slash, roar, and devour action features, which are really, really cool. This is a super fun figure, and for any of you that don't remember a Primal Attack Indominus Rex, that is because this is a repackage of the Dino Rivals version. This next request here is from Romeo Z6629, and this is the rare Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Battle Damage Lockwood Ultimate Battle Set, which is super cool. It comes with Battle Damage Blue, Battle Damage Indoraptor, and the Triceratops skeleton from the Lockwood estate that ended up killing the Indoraptor in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a look at Velociraptor Blue, the Indoraptor, and how to activate battle damage, which is really, really awesome. So when we look at the front of it again, you can easily pop the battle damage up or back down, and then up or back down. Now this set again is a super awesome one to have in my collection because it is very, very rare and never saw a release here in the US, so I had to work pretty hard to get this one, but I am super happy to have it because of that. Next up, we had a pick from Sarujamaya 3636, and right here we have the Jurassic World Epic Attack Bionics, which is a really cool figure, as all of y'all can see, and has some really cool features like here. Look at that. And then 3 levels of intensifying damage. Super sweet, super sweet. And then when we look at the back, we get another look at this awesome Baryonyx and its multiple activation areas. So this is the biggest Jurassic World Baryonyx toy that we've gotten to date, so I am pretty excited to have it. Even though it does have a really short tail for the figure, it still looks really cool though, and it's one that I'm glad that they released and I got in my collection. The next request we have here is from Hubert Zawanda 6173, and this is the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, and this one is the same as the one that we looked at in the Primal Attack packaging earlier in the video. It's got the same cool features, but unfortunately, look at that, the sounds aren't working anymore. That is interesting, but it is still lighting up a little bit, and it does still have the slashing action, but unfortunately, like a lot of these electronic Mattel figures, the batteries are no longer working, but we can see the slash, roar, and devour there. And then when we look at the back of the box, it shows it lights up, and then again, the slash, roar, and devour, which is really, really cool. Now again, like I was saying earlier, this is the same as the Primal Attack one that we looked at earlier in the video, but this is the actual original release, because it was released in the Dino Rivals line before it was repackaged for Primal Attack. Now, the next request is from Andy Carmona-YD8YQ, and these are the new Epic Evolution Series 3 minis. Now, unfortunately, I don't know which scan code goes to which figure on these, but as you can see, there are 9 different options. Now, if you are looking to get all 9 different minis, if you look real close at the code right here, as you can see, this one ends in 9J, so that means it's the 9th one out of the assortment. And then say if I grab another one like this, you go right here, you can see this is 10J, so this is the 10th one out of the assortment. So there will be 10 different codes like that, which will allow you to get all 10 of the different minis. I'm just not sure which code goes with which mini at the moment. So the next request we have here is from Godzilla Fan Burn, and this is the Jurassic World Dino Trackers Danger Pack Ostro Raptor, and this is a pretty interesting species, as all of you can see. It is pretty cool when we can get a version of a raptor that's not a Velociraptor, so this is cool to see. When we look at the back of the box, nothing really too special, just kind of what you would expect from a small figure like this, but it is pretty cool. It's got like a longer snout, it's still got the sickle claw, which is really cool and makes it still seem menacing, and it's got a decent paint job. There's like a little bit of paint going all the way down the tail, nothing crazy, and it's got some little like feather like things on its elbows, but this is a pretty cool figure and one that is really fun to take a look at. Okay, so the next request is from the Dino Hunters-GY8YG, and this is the quest for Indominus Rex pack, which is super cool. So as you can see, it includes the submarine, the Mosasaurus, a mercenary, and the Indominus Rex skeleton, which is super cool. And then when we flip to the back of the box, we get a good look at everything. So you get the Mosasaurus, the submarine, and the exclusive Indominus Rex skeleton, which is really cool. And then you can see the submarine also floats and submerges in water, which makes this thing just really awesome. This is a super cool toy set that got released back in 2018 during Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and one that I'm super excited to own. Now, the last request that we're going to look at is from Petazilla Edits, and we're going to look at 3 rare Dino Rivals figures. And the first one we have here is the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Dual Attack Allosaurus that is from Battle at Big Rock. And this is such a cool figure, as all y'all can see, with some cool features. So the back button does the arms, the front button does the jaws, and this one's just got a really cool sculpt, very different from the Allosauruses that we got before this. And then when we look at the back, we get a good look at our Allosaurus and its slashing action and its chomp, and it has a collector card like the other Dino Rival figures do, which makes this one really cool. The next rare Dino Rivals figure we're going to take a look at is this Jurassic World Dino Rivals Savage Strike Demetron. And this figure, when it came out, I remember seeing it in stores one singular time and then never saw it again. So I was super happy that I picked it up. But it's got some pretty cool features like that snapping jaw, as y'all can see. And it's got a really cool looking crest with this splattered paint, which I like a lot. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our Demetron and its biting action. And of course, it comes with a collector card just like the rest of the Dino Rivals. And the third rare figure that we're going to look at is this Jurassic World Dino Rivals Mega Dual Attack Maguros. And this one is super cool. As y'all can see, it's a super unique figure and one of the smaller sauropods that we got, but still pretty big. You can see this back button makes that tail get going, and the front button gets that head bobbing, which is really cool. And then when we look at the back of the box, we get to see that super tail strike, super head strike, and a better look at the Maguros, and of course the collector card, because all of these awesome Dino Rivals figures came with collector cards. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. If you'd like to have a pick featured in my next video, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.